There you go. All right, shall I let everyone in then?
Mhm.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
We still have some people popping into the waiting room as you guys all are welcomed in.
I hope everyone's staying cool on this seemingly endless hot summer.
Well, shall we get started? Angela, how shall we kick this off today?
Sure. So, Heather Reifer,
That's me. Hi.
and then Angela Scully. I think I know most of you. I was the founding executive director of Uptown in Westchester, and I'm an artist, so I know John. Good. All right. So as Heather was saying, let's start with just doing a round robin. I'm looking at Jeremy because you're right on my top line there, Jeremy. So could you introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing?
Well, while we simplify it just a little, sorry,
Okay.
while we first round, let's just introduce ourselves so everybody knows who's here and what organization they're from, and then we'll go back around and get into specifics, any new
Okay.
news and some updates that we want to share with you.
Let's pay attention to the boss.
So now we'll go back to Jeremy. Sorry about that.
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Jeremy Rasputin. I'm secretary of our student veterans group at Westchester University. My president, Sophia Feliciano, couldn't make it, so I'm representing our group and I'm here to support everything that's going on. Thank you.
Great.
Stephen.
Hi, Steve Rahoftik. I'm from the Westtown Historical Commission.
Oh, great. How about Renee?
Renee Washington. I'm here to listen and learn today. The Westchester NAACP and the Charles A. Melton Arts and Education Center.
Excellent.
And John, you're up.
John Baker, let's see, President of the Board, Chester County Art Association, member of the Public Arts Commission. A few other things, but that's probably funny.
Helen?
Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. Helen Hammerschmidt with Westchester University.
Great. John O'Brien?
John O'Brien, Executive Director of the Westchester Business Improvement District.
Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah. And Katie?
Hi, everyone. Katie Walker. I'm the president of the Greater Westchester Chamber of Commerce and an honorary co-convener of this group.
Alexa, stop.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Along with Mayor DeBaptiste, Connor Hepp, and I believe Michelle Kickline as well.
Okay. Lori?
70 degrees.
Lori Cushman, I'm the president of the Justmere Foundation.
Great. Mr. Threadgill?
Welcome.
Darren Threadgill from the Cheney Foundation, Cheney University.
Great.
Great.
Leslie?
Hi, I'm Leslie Burnick. I'm the president of the Chester County Concert Band.
And from the Chester County, oh, Jen, how are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Who is Bobcat 08?
Okay.
Or we have Dawn and April. I just want to make sure we have everybody welcomed here.
I'm Lorraine Lucas, if nobody else is speaking.
There's Lorraine. Okay.
Hey, Lorraine, how are you?
And where are you from?
Well, I'm actually representing the Westchester Exchange Club and also Bernard Station in Pocopson Township.
Okay.
Excellent.
April?
I'm April Nickel. I'm from the Chester County Library in Exton.
Oh, great.
Great.
Dawn? And we have Bobcat. And Read AI. Oh, that's our
That's our
meeting notes.
notes.
Duh. Okay.
That's not our meeting notes.
Yeah.
Must be
Oh.
somebody else. Somebody else must be
Someone's bot's busy.
taking their.
You
Yes.
can remove if you wish.
All righty. So, Heather, did you want to give some little notes about what's going on?
Sure. Look, sorry, I was removing the notes. There we go. So making sure we have nobody else who's popping in late there. Sure. Quick show of hands. Has anyone on this call not attended one of these Zooms before? Anybody new? Okay, John Baker and Jeremy, and Dawn is coming back in. She must have gotten knocked out. Sorry. So to give you the quick version, Angela and I both work with the Chester County Community Foundation as part of their Friends of America 250 PA Chester County initiative that works in collaboration with the Chester County 250 Commission. And our role here is to convene these meetings to help spur some cooperation, coordination, some brainstorming now at the hyper local level for America 250 next year.
It's coming so quickly.
It is coming. January 2026 is now 5 months away, right? So it's coming. Yeah. So so our role is to help coordinate these events. We're also coordinating specific initiatives such as Dare to Declare, which is an effort to promote readings of the Declaration of Independence throughout the county during the course of summer 2026. We have some resources to share on that. More are coming soon by the end of the summer. We're working with a consultant on that. We wanted to share right away, those of you who have been on these calls before, you're probably familiar. We have a community whiteboard or bulletin board that we share that is available all the time. We've made these hyper local now. So this is our Westchester, Exton, Downingtown area convening. We also hold them in Phoenixville. One we're now terming as the main line because it covers Malvern, Paoli, Tredyffrin, and Easttown and Willistown. And there's one for Point South, Kennett Square, and Southern Chester County. What am I forgetting, Angela?
I think you got them all, and the goal is to build up some kind of excitement, and energy around 250.
And there is one starting to get underway for Coatesville. I'm not sure they've put out the first date yet, but it's coming. So let me see if I can drop the link to our whiteboard. You probably have it in the email reminder that you got today. Let's see, I had it up on my.
And the goal, it's almost like an idea generator, but a conflict buster as well. So we're not all planning everything for July 4th. It's a year long, and in our Dare to Declare, it's a summer long.
Oh, Beth already did it. Thank you, Beth. So on that document, and I have it pulled up here. Let me see if I can share that as well. Let's see. I'm sorry, I have a lot of things open on my screen because I just got back from vacation and now I can't find anything. So
and you say to yourself, how did I go on vacation?
So, okay, make sure I have the right thing up here. Oh, that is not the right one thing. There we go. Now I'll share it. Make sure, there it is. If you can see this. Can everybody see this? So you all see this okay? I can't, maybe not when I do it that. Okay. So we have these community bulletin boards that you can add your events to. And it's also where we've been maintaining our notes for each of our events. You can see Beth's been populating it already with everybody who's here today and where they're from. So we can kind of keep track of what's going on. But we've also added in now a calendar of events that we're already aware of and some that have already passed this past Saturday with the Lafayette Day and Lafayette Ball. So
At Thornberry Farm.
as Jen has is cheering there because she survived it, I think. And so we have, so mostly we have events that we're already aware of coming up in 2026. So as you're doing your own planning, or if you're trying to coordinate with others, you can refer to this, add to it. If you know the details, you can add into it. If you see something that's a major conflict and you want to coordinate with the other organization to have it be a broader effort or what have you, you'll have it there. And also we've added in, just for the fun of it, the different holidays in 2026 and all the sports games that are going to be happening down in Philly proper. So this is there for your benefit. If you see anything you want us to add, you can email it to us or you can add it in yourself. Either way, we appreciate your entries into it. Okay.
Excuse me, Heather, sorry,
Yes.
where do I find this?
If you go under the chat right now, Beth put in the link to the page. It's a Google Doc.
It's a Google
Yep.
Doc, right?
But it's also available on our website. So if you go under the website and under regional convenings, there's a page for Westchester and all our information is there.
And I'll
Great.
put it in the follow-up email as well with the recording.
And the reason why I ask is just so everybody on this call is aware. So we are also in the process here at Westchester of launching our own WCU 250 website, which will
fantastic.
will be listing all the events that we are involved with and that we are
great.
hosting. But also we would like to be able to promote what is happening in the community with our faculty and students and so forth, so that they're aware.
Yeah.
Of the
Fantastic.
broader,
Yeah.
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 That's great to know, Helen.
I think the site specific or organization specific events are wonderful, and we hope to create some energy and attendance around those. But the regional wide ones, such as the Dare to Declare, which is these public readings of the Declaration of Independence before a concert on the courthouse steps. I mean, the Declaration is only a 10-minute long document to read publicly, so it's very doable. It also engages people of all ages. And so part of the toolkit that Heather has referred to, which is also on our website, is this idea of how to organize it. How do you get a reader? What's the best? And then they can participate in some learning sessions on that, because the language can be a little dense on the Declaration.
For sure. So I'm going to back out of this, but so we can kind of share and do some more idea sharing. But does anybody have any questions about the bulletin board?
I just have one question and one thing about the bulletin board. I noticed that you don't have anything for September 11th, and I would have a suggestion. Westchester University, from the Student Veterans Group, we are right now going to have a September 11th event at our university for this September. I was wondering if next September we could add that in for an event for America's 250th birthday.
We'll put that in. So this is the Student Veterans Group.
And that is also the anniversary of the Battle of Brandywine.
We'll put it on there for both 2025 and 26. So, because really we're technically, I think America 250s even started now, but it's when we look at 250 here in Chester County, we're also looking at 2027 as well because of the Battle of Brandywine and Valley Forge encampment. So yeah, so if you have any events anytime between now and 2027, those are the dates we're looking for.
Thank you.
Sure.
I had a question. Is the whiteboard accessible and read writable to anyone, or is it special permission?
You should be able to add to it.
And anybody should be able to read it. There's no restriction on it. Okay.
Yeah, so far that's been, that's worked well. We do make copies of it from time to time to make sure we don't lose anything. So, okay. I'm going to stop sharing now. So, why don't we go around? You saw what I had up there, and hopefully you're able to access the bulletin board here. We want to hear a little bit about your events, what's new. Jen, could you want to, I'm going to put you on the spot, friend, and we want to hear how things went with the Lafayette Ball on Saturday night.
It went really well. We had about 190 people in attendance, which we've discovered is the absolute max standing room capacity of our auditorium. But it was a wonderful event. It was a lovely culmination of the entire day's events from Thornberry to Brandywine. It was a wonderful collaborative effort. So many thanks to Bruce Maude for kind of herding all of those cats. But I think we kind of consider it internally at CCHC as our kickoff for the 250. So now that that is finished, and I still have my curls from
I was wondering where
Saturday
you
night.
got the dancers. Jen.
The dancers come from up around the Pottstown area. So they are the historic, what are they called? The Tapestry Historic Dance Ensemble, and they travel around and dance for people, which is great.
It was really lovely.
Yes, it was very lovely. It was a 3-year buildup. So it's been on our calendar for 3 years. So it was nice to get to 9:01 p.m. and be able to focus on the next things that are coming up. But absolutely lovely event. So Heather, did you want me to address anything further, or just do the recap for Lafayette's Ball?
Recap for Lafayette's Ball, but I think Anne was going to join us too. I'm guessing she couldn't make it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She told me she was coming.
I keep checking the waiting room, but I didn't know if it was a question to go ahead and ask you if there's new things to share for the fall, or next spring, anything that's happening that we should, that folks can plug into.
So the next big thing on our calendar is the opening of the Smithsonian exhibit, The Bias Inside Us. So that is a traveling exhibit that is normally a 4-week exhibit, but we happen to have it for several months. So The Bias Inside Us addresses, basically, as the title says, the biases that we continue to struggle with today. And so along with the physical exhibit that we'll be having, we're also going to be having programming that addresses the history of bias in Chester County specifically, and the state of those biases today. So one example is the disability rights fight.
Sure.
So we'll be having scholars, we'll be doing forums or panel discussions about the history of bias, where we are now, and where we can go from here. So that's kind of our big thing for the fall. And then next year, we have a few different things in the works. I don't have a whole lot of details to share at this point, but they include a podcast. They include an exhibit, a physical exhibit that we will have in our building. The podcast and the exhibit will kind of go hand in hand. New walking tours and a bus tour. So beyond that,
Where's
I
the
have
bus tour going, Jen?
we have not nailed that down yet.
I have not nailed that down. You're just taking a bus somewhere.
We are taking a bus to places in the county.
That's great.
The bus will have a bathroom.
Good.
So we got a lot of things kind of in motion right now. We, as soon as we have details, we will share those with everyone.
Excellent. Well, meantime, regroup from Saturday.
Yes, yes.
So John, I was looking to you because in our Tredyffrin Easttown group, we've been talking a lot about murals. And so in terms of arts and art shows, what are you planning?
Well, I actually, tonight we have a Public Arts Commission meeting. So we drew up a call already. Kendra, one of our board members, took the lead on that. And basically, we have to find the wall within the borough that can support the call. And once we do that, everything's ready to go as far as the call itself, the vocabulary, the all the requests. So that will be within the borough itself through the Public Arts Commission. I know if other areas, whether Phoenixville, Coatesville, wherever, Heather and I had talked earlier about I could be a resource, and along with Jimmer Bream. I don't think Jimmer's on the call.
Not today. No, he was here
No, not
last
today.
time.
Yeah. He came up and spoke in Tredyffrin to the group, the arts group up here.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it was very helpful. And one of the things, I mean, what kind of wall are you looking for? I'm thinking of John and the bid that maybe he could be helpful.
Yeah, we actually targeted 3 or 4 within the borough already that hopefully the owners, whoever owns the building, will agree to having a mural done on those. Pretty much we're trying to find locations that would be prominent enough, but at the same time wouldn't require a great deal of restoration. And we also have to keep in mind the bid, within the historic district.
Sure.
Certain walls that are not available.
John, you're doing this with a 250 theme. Is there a specific artist in mind already, or is that another call that'll be going out eventually?
Yeah, the call would go out. Usually, what we do, I send the call out through Chester County Art Association's membership and website, the Art Trust, Westchester University. Anywhere I wear a hat, the call goes out from, and then we'll do a call through PAC also. And so far we've been very successful in all our murals. We get a number of applicants coming in, not only locally, but we've had applicants come from Florida, California, but something like this, we really want to focus on our local artists.
Sure.
I think that's important. But here again, we have to kind of finalize the logistics. I mean, there are 2 components. One, the actual site itself and making sure that the owner and also those within a certain radius of that wall all agree upon the mural itself. So there's always a letter that goes out to, I believe it's maybe a 4 or 6 block radius within wherever that mural is going to be, so that there's a public forum for folks to come and see the concept. But the other thing is, which is I think same for everybody, the funding. How do we fund these projects? And hopefully this type of project will have some funding. We hope through the borough. I don't want to cite anybody specific, but hopefully we'll have appropriate funding. I hate to quote a number, but average is around 10,000 and up for a mural.
Jimmer shared that last month too. Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing, how many murals are there in Westchester?
At least 6 that I can think of.
Because that's another thing that I think Malvern is talking about, maybe a walking tour. because they
Mhm.
have about 8, maybe 8 of them. They're going to
Yeah.
have a walking tour
Okay, well,
organized around the murals.
yeah, Jen, once you get your bus and we put everybody on the bus,
Good
travel
idea.
from town to town and
And air
visit the
conditioned.
murals. Yes, yeah. So, but yeah, I think we have enough in Westchester to really have a nice tour, and especially if it happens when the actual mural is being designed and painted,
Mhm.
to really have people see the actual site and what goes into creating the mural itself.
Okay.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. We're still plugging away at
Hope
that.
is all we got at this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. If I could just address Chester County Art Association also. I run the gallery schedule there, and what we're trying to do when we have our next board meeting, I'd like to try to put aside a time slot for spring of 2026. And here again, maybe do a call out to our membership with specific criteria that speaks to the 250th, and create original works of art to be on display. So my hope is that we can find, because we already have the 2026 gallery schedule set, to find a pocket in there that I can move things around. And maybe that would be an opportunity, if it's still possible, to have the 10-minute reading go on, maybe incorporate that at the same time.
Okay.
Great.
I guess that's it
That's it.
for now.
Something to keep in the back of your mind for this too, as you're heading towards dedications for this or other kinds of events and programs, pairing it with a reading of the Declaration of Independence. And I want to offer something else that Angela and I wanted to share today too. There is another initiative called by a group called Made by Us. And I
They're out
want
of
to
New York City?
yeah, it's New York Historic. It's an initiative of New York Historical, and and then they have a separate nonprofit. It's a little convoluted how they have this set up, but they have a it's Made by Us, and then there's a youth initiative attached to it for Youth 250. And all of this is to say that they have they're promoting these wish walls. And a wish wall is your birthday wish to America. They piloted it this year for 4th of July, and they just mostly did it 4th of July weekend, but this could be done anytime, next year. And the idea is to have a pop-up wall that you can it could be anything from post-it notes on a wall to cards that you put in a box and then staff puts up the wall, and people can write their birthday wish to America. Now you can imagine they were scared to death to do this for the first time. And I attended a debrief Zoom on it 2 weeks ago, right after I first learned of this initiative, and they all came back pleasantly surprised. They and it was New York historical, but there was also the Smithsonian's American History Museum was a part of this. National Liberty Museum in Philadelphia was a part of it. Counter Prairie out in Indiana. There was a group, I believe, from Idaho or Wyoming. So they tried to take it nationwide this year as people heard about it, but they're planning to bring it back again next year to expand it. So they have a digital wish wall, and I'm throwing these all in the chat. That's why I look a little distracted. I'm trying to copy copy and paste these links in here. They have a digital version too that they have that people can do this anytime. They can pop in and put in their wish for America, a birthday wish for America. And
It's kind of would be a good addition to any event because it's interactive, right?
it's interactive. It's a great way to engage with the public.
Young and old.
Young and old. They what they did at Connor Prairie Museum, which is a living history museum outside of Indianapolis, they had an outdoor wall, and the kids had little uh, I would, for lack of a better term, tree limbs that are sawn into, like, they called them cookies, I guess, and they called them wish cookies. And the kids could write their wish for America on that, and they had them hung outside on a wall there. So it can be incorporated in any way. Some places use tags. I'm going to keep adding these links because it was a lovely group that did this, but all of their information's in various places. And some of these will come up as their Google Drives, but they, again, they wanted this stuff to be available to everyone to get ideas. So this last thing I'm circulating is a drive that has photos of the different wish walls around the country. So, and another one of the things I sent was the basically the how-to of how to do this. And they're planning to update this information for next year. Right now, by the looks of things, it's still this year's information. So as you're thinking about events, this is a easy lift, I think, because you can make it, it's very inexpensive to do, and it's very engaging. You just need some markers, some cards, and a way to hang things up. It could be on a clothesline with clothespins, any which way you wanted to do it. Now, there were some groups among them that were concerned about, what people might write, and they wanted a little bit of control about that. They also cautioned that even though they wanted a little bit of control, they were also being mindful of freedom of speech. So they did a little bit of both. What one group did was they had postcards that they had people write down, and they put them in a box, and then the staff came through every half an hour, did a quick review and put them out. And they also had signage that said no, absolutely no profanity. They like kind of laid out the ground rules of expectations. So and when they said they were pleasantly surprised, I think out of all the groups, the one museum said that they might have gotten 2 out of 100 that they could not put up because they were just, profane or what have you. So, but everything else was all about unity. It was about things they wished for, various causes that they like in America, be it climate change or animal rights or different, pet projects, that sort of thing. It was a little bit of everything. But it was a very quick, easy lift that people could do for 250, and we thought it was a great way to.
It's a good add-on to anything,
And
really.
it could add on, yeah, this is exactly it. You could add it on to anything, and that's what a couple of the museums were doing it. They just added it on to their regular festival day. I believe it was New York Historical, but it might be another group. What they did, instead of having a wall within their institution, they had public facing windows. They taped all the wishes facing out onto the street, onto their outside windows, so people could read them as they were walking by. So yeah, neat way to do it. So, so a little bit of a segue away from everybody else, but that's one thing we did want to share.
Anybody else want to share something they're working on?
I'd like to say a few things. It's Lorraine. First
Hi,
of all, I have to
Lorraine.
apologize. I didn't realize I was unmuted before. That was my Alexa going off. So that was me screaming, Alexa, stop. So sorry about that.
No worries, no worries.
So I couldn't tell you it was me and confess it. So anyway, yeah, so with Exchange Club, one of their main focus is Americanism. And they've established freedom shrines at various locations, schools and at Borough Hall. And basically they're copies of the Declaration of Independence, Emancipation Proclamation, all the important documents. So I want to focus on that with Exchange Club and take it, I don't know, and maybe you can help me out, is how involved are the schools getting in, like having a program at the school that addresses this type of thing? Has that ever been brought up in terms of school participation?
We've been talking to school superintendents through the CCIU. What we've been hearing, and if anyone else has any great insight into this, but what we're hearing is if we have resources available or an organization have resources, we can forward it on to them and they'll disseminate it to their curriculum developers and to the individual schools.
Okay.
I think some organizations have had relationships with specific public schools or private schools throughout the county. And I think I would urge leaning on those relationships.
Yeah.
Libraries too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And that's what we want to get started on. One, a lot of these schools, you know, the kids are passing these freedom shrines and they don't know what they're about. So we want to, this is the perfect opportunity to raise that awareness and maybe be part of a program within the schools to remind them of these freedom shrines and what their importance are. And doing a reading of your Declaration of Independence. I love that you have that. So each time that we would address our freedom shrines, we'd like to incorporate that. And the other thing is they have a program, give a kid a flag to wave. So I thought even maybe through the elementary schools, maybe would do a field of flags, and maybe some other people were considering that we could join in with. But I also thought that on a smaller scale, in terms of going in and giving a particular classroom, each kid a flag, and they could create a little, you know, area in the yard or something like that and place the flags, and it can be their representation, you know, and reminder throughout the school year of the patriotism and America 250. So those are the two emphasis, freedom shrines and the flags that we're looking to focus on.
Oh, nice.
No, those sound very good. And I think the freedom wall is something that can go with any of those things that you're doing. I was thinking about the Tredyffrin Easttown group. It's Easttown that's actually working with their interns on a Gen Z Declaration of Independence. And that it could be opening Pandora's box, but it's also a way to engage people who normally, you know, wouldn't be involved in this sort of thing. And I think it's worth
Yeah.
it.
I agree. I agree. And I also want to make, I know there's several people from the university on here. The university has been wonderful. Their service fraternities, sororities in helping us with other things like restaurant festivals and the like. And we also thought that would be an avenue to reach out to them, maybe some of the history students or whatever, because clearly communicating to high school students or elementary school students at someone who's younger in their age is going to be more engaging. So we were entertaining that as well, if the university would help us out in that project.
Yeah, Lorraine, I'll put my email in the chat and I'd love to follow up with you about that.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Anybody else? April, how about you? What's the library working on?
So we have a couple different things that are, oh, sorry. We have a couple different things going on. Our meeting in September will be our system meeting that will make our decisions of how the system is going to move forward. The way the libraries are set out is each library does their own individual programming. So each library specifically will conduct their own programming, and then we're looking to have a system-wide kind of overarching grouping that has not been decided on, so I can't really share it until all the member libraries agree to do it. But we are looking at the Dare to Declare. We're also looking at some other things to get people to visit a bunch of the libraries as part of the America 250. We also have some book lists that we're working on, some programming suggestions, that kind of thing. But again, until our library system agrees on it, I don't want to say that we're doing something
under the cone of silence.
Approval. But September, we should have a plan in place for next year.
Great. Super. Yeah. In the meantime, if there's anything, you know, any resources that you're looking for, please reach out that you can share too. Katie, I wanted to call you out. I guess Keith couldn't make it today either. Is there any more word on next summer's parade or any other news from Westchester?
At this time, I have not heard any updates from Keith, but I'm happy to reach out to him directly and see if we can, gather any new information that he has, that the borough is planning.
Okay, great, great. John, what's happening with the bid?
Outside of like the conversations we had in, when was last, I think I was here in May because I was away in June. We're still planning a lot of like efforts to decorate the town.
Okay.
Our October is our our next events and programs meeting where we're going to focus a little bit more on next year. Like right now, we're kind of planning holiday season things and still wrapping in 2025.
Understood.
So that's going to be kind of more of our focus going into the October meeting. So I'll have more updates kind of in the winter timeframe for everybody about what, the bid's planning as far as the 250th.
Great.
Because that's an example of putting an overlay on things that you already do.
Mm-hmm. See, who else do we have here? I'm looking around.
Stephen Lyons, did you want to?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. I don't want to steal our friends Westtown thunder. Do you want to mention that, Stephen, or should I?
Yeah, I'll let both of you wrangle that one.
Yeah.
So with respect to Shiloh AME Church and Cemetery, Westtown Township passed the approval to place a historic marker in front of the site of Shiloh.
Wonderful.
And there will be a ceremony that takes place in the spring of next year. And so we're just beginning the planning for that. And raising, some challenging questions in the community and how we interpret history and who's interpreting history and so forth. And from that, actually, another aspect of preservation history has come up on our radar, and it's kind of, as of late, dominating a lot of my attention. The historic Forsyth Farm, which is just down the road from Shiloh, 905 West Town Road. And it's an absolutely beautiful example of early Quaker farmstead, and it's falling into demolition by neglect.
Ah.
Developer is proposing an absolutely insane development of this property. John Forsyth was the first schoolmaster of West Town. Deep connections to Rachel and Philip Price, major abolitionists. So there's a whole universe of history there. But right now, we're trying to prevent the property owner from developing the property. So there's a lot of emerging questions about what do historic homes and sacred spaces tell us about our relationships to one another, how that history is honored and protected, and how we communicate that in the community. So personally, I have some ideas around theater and storytelling that I'm working on, and drafting that, and also using projections as a method of highlighting these historic spaces and helping to connect the history.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is.
There's a lot going on for all of us, I think.
Did you want to add to that, Stephen?
Oh, I'm sorry. And the dare declare, dare to declare, right?
Yeah.
So this is an initiative that Karen had suggested, and the team to highlight individual participants who'd be interested in reading excerpts of the Declaration of Independence and how we communicate that. And so I'm going to be helping with that as that starts to take shape.
Yeah, we're working on a video is what is Stephen's referring to. It's going to be part training video and part marketing video. And so it's going to highlight various places throughout the county and have readers from all walks of life, because we the people here in Chester County. So we're so that initiative's kind of going on in the background too. So let's see, who haven't we heard from? The other Stephen from West Town. I just want, since we're moving from
Hi.
West Town, why don't we stick with that for a hot second?
Okay. Well, here in Westtown, we have been having monthly in-person meetings of residents and stakeholders. And we just had our last meeting Saturday morning. And at these meetings, we have had participants representing both Chadsford and Thornbury townships who are going to work with us to have some event-oriented stuff that'll involve all three townships. But our emphasis has been, I would say, less event-oriented and more community-oriented. In that respect, what we've been talking about are things that, well, like everybody else has been talking about, the kind of stuff that our commissions already do. If we have a photography contest, we could give out good stewardship awards, etc. Those things which we already do would be geared towards America 250. For example, the Environmental Commission is proposing to give away 250 trees to residents, saplings, that they can
I like that idea.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But what we've also been talking about, things like we don't have a township flag. We never have had one. So we're going to propose a contest for young artists in the community or any artist in the community to have a chance to have a flag and have the community vote on one and make them up. And by the end of the year, have an event. We give them out to people, etc., just for fun. And also trying to choose a quarterly book reading that can be done township-wide that reflects who we are and why we are, with I think an emphasis on William Penn's philosophy that guided the formation of our country. We've talked about some sub categories of emphasis being religious freedom, entrepreneurship, as we are a farming community and they are entrepreneurs, and personal liberty, and how that philosophy informed the formation of America. So we're trying to make.
Are you going to do that?
What's that?
I was going to ask if you're going to work with the library on that, or?
Well, the suggestion is that we would then ask the library to work with us on getting a deal on books the first thing is to have the community vote on what books they'd like to read. I'm going to propose a very good volume on William Penn, but we'll let the residents vote on what they want to read, and then work with the library to obtain these get a deal for the readers on getting a copy of the book, and then have then every quarter have a community discussion in some form of what we've read and what it means to us, that sort of thing. So we're working on that sort of stuff to try to sort of take things apart. And regarding the Dare to Declare thing, I think that that's fine, but rather than focus only on the entire document, which is, as we say, it may be a short read, but it's a lot of information. Perhaps taking elements of the Declaration and to take an element to say, what does that mean to us? Why? What did that have to do with our township? Why did people move here from other places in order to experience this particular element? And I think lastly, we've talked a little bit about how we can make this year not just something that looks backwards. I mean, everyone's going to be focused on, what happened 250 years ago, which of course we should, but now where's our next 250 years? And how does this point us in a direction that we all would like to be moving in? So
our shared journey. I love it.
That kind of thing. So anyway, it's a lot to talk about. And one more thing, and that is we have this we have 3 pages of suggestions of what to do, and we can't do them all. So what we've decided is that by the end of September, we're going to choose what we'd like to do, who is willing to steer these things, and to give ourselves a deadline to accomplish the outline of what this is going to be. And then every year we have a Westtown Day event. So we have one scheduled for early October. So if by the end of September we can say, okay, the list is done, we'll have tables set up at Oakbourne Mansion. It's a beautiful venue where people come and visit, and that's where we will give out this information, a list of books to vote on, and whatever the planning is going to be. We'll have a section of our website set up so people will know how the calendar is being developed, and we also have a quarterly gazette that goes out to every resident. And in our most recent gazette that came out early this month, we had an announcement of what is, you're hearing about 250, what is Westtown 250?
So is your Gazette email or just snail mail?
No, it's everything. It's
okay.
It's both.
It's a beautiful, it's a fancy glossy thing that goes out.
Oh, nice.
And it's by email, and it's available by PDF.
Oh, great.
So it's all the above. But we figured, everybody keeps saying America 250, and does anybody know what this is? So we try to explain what we think this is going to mean for us. So that's what we're doing.
That's fantastic.
Really good. And don't forget to put your things, send them to us, put them on the whiteboard to inspire, but also alert other people.
Once we've got them figured out.
Yeah, that sounds great. My goodness.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
I want to introduce Ann Skillman because she jumped in after we finished introductions, and I didn't get back around to her with the History Center.
Yes, my apologies for being late. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We had an unexpected delivery of 3 pallets, and Ellen and I were the only ones here to unload 3 pallets. So
no worries. So, Ann, can you share a little bit about your new role at the History Center with 250? And we're planning to catch up anyhow.
Yep. So I'm the new community engagement officer, otherwise known as the CEO.
Not a bad title.
I read Connor about that. And so I will be visiting townships and working, kind of trying to coordinate with the townships to see how we at the History Center can help them in their 250 plans. So that's it. That's what I'm doing in a nutshell, and it's going to evolve.
If people wanted to reach out to you, Ann,
yes,
how would they do that?
My email address is askillman, and that's SKILLMAN at mycchc.org.
Because I think that would be a great resource.
And Jen just put it in the chat.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I think I started last week, and then Connor and I met midway through the week to kind of start working on the details. And as I said, it's going to evolve. So we'll go from there.
Okay.
Super.
Anybody else wanted to offer anything for the good of the cause? Lori, did you want to?
I'm just listening in. I'm just lurking here in the background to see what's going on. So,
a lot of that. It's okay.
No programs, no specific programs at this point. But
yeah,
thanks.
it's great.
Thanks for
This
checking.
is definitely an evolution for everyone, I think. So, and it's great to see some dates and some ideas coming to fruition at this point. How about either Renee or Dawn? Did you have anything you wanted to put in or add, or?
We're still in the planning sessions and trying to figure out what we can do and what our limitations are on both the NAACP and the Charles A. Melton Center.
Sure, sure. So, and again, we can't emphasize enough that, first, there's a lot of focus on July 4th. Doesn't have to be July 4th. It could be any time. in the next 2 years, really, because of the county's history as well as the to the revolution's history. But the other thing is we all already have a lot of events and programs and initiatives that are very successful or doing great things. And it could be as simple, as giving an acknowledgement to 250 and, focusing on what you do every day, So,
And also getting your community engaged in coming to things that other people are doing. I think it's just important that we connect with each other. Let's use this as a lever to connect and to collaborate. Right?
yeah.
Steve, we'll get out there and paint a mural. Done.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, that 250 gives all of us a time to just reflect back of what's important in our own community
Correct.
and what we love about our homes, So,
And about where we live.
yeah, exactly. So, anything else for the good of the group? Let's see, while anybody's thinking about that, we can tell you the date of our next one. So you can make sure it's on the calendar. You will get the Evite as per usual. We send out the emails every few weeks or so, and the calendar's out there. So the next fourth Monday of the month, can you believe it's August?
I don't know how it got here.
It will be on August 25th at 2 p.m.
And I hope everybody saw Leslie's post about the Chester County Concert Band. They're always available. If you need some patriotic music to lighten up your event.
Yes.
Right, Leslie?
That's right. Yep. I mean, we're a pretty big community band. We're working on the possibility of bringing, a smaller portion of our band. We're having a meeting in August, and I'm going to kind of push the director to say, yes, the Chester County Concert Band is a huge band, but there are some places we'd really like to be able to perform at that they just simply can't have a group our size showing up. So, I know our director really wants to say, well, this is who we are. And I'm like, yes, that's who we are. But we want to be able to play more places. And sometimes, you just can't have 70 people showing up with instruments and chairs and all that stuff. So, we need to have, we can't like cut ourselves down to like 10 people or something, but because there's other groups that can do that. But we should be able to have a pretty good representation with 40 to 50 members of the band, which is still a lot, but I mean, we are a concert band, so we have to have enough people to play the music that we normally play.
Sure.
We have a whole wide variety of patriotic things, and of course our spring concert, which will be April 26th, that's going to be all celebration of America, just to prepare that music to be played during the summer and throughout the year. So we already play a lot of patriotic music, but that will be a big emphasis for the spring concert. So, and then our fall concert, we have that date, and that's going to be Sunday, November 2nd. And this is at Fugate Middle School, and that's going to be all about flight. So, yeah, so that should be fun. Everything with airplanes, the movie Up, helicopters, all kinds of stuff.
And this is this November, correct?
Yes, yeah. So yeah, so then some of that music may then, be performed next summer as well.
Okay. All right, so please stay cool.
Yes.
And if you're like me, avoid weeding. It's not good.
Avoid weeding.
Yeah, avoid
Yes.
weeding. A lot of weeds. Thank you so much. We really appreciate listening to you all and learning. And we'll see you in August. And we'll get more folks involved.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.